You can tell a man's whole story in 3 seconds just by how his blazer fits. At our age, that's either a powerful advantage or a silent problem. A great blazer can make you look stronger, leaner, and more important. A bad fit does the opposite. It makes you look tired, outdated, and invisible. Stay with me, because in this video you'll learn the 7 visual checks that matter most for blazer fit on men over 50. No measuring tapes, no confusing jargon. Just clear, simple checks you can use in the mirror or in the store. By the end, you'll know exactly when a blazer makes you look powerful and when to walk away. Let's start with the first and most important check, the shoulders. If you get this wrong, nothing else will look right. If you get this right, almost everything else can be adjusted. So when you put on a blazer, your first question should always be, do the shoulders respect my frame? You're not 25 anymore, and that's a good thing. Your posture, your chest, even your upper back may have changed. That means you cannot rely on the size you wore 10 or 20 years ago. You need to judge the blazer by what you see now, not by the number on the tag. Shoulders that command respect. Stand in front of the mirror and look straight at your shoulder line. The blazer's shoulder seam should end exactly where your natural shoulder ends. Not halfway down your arm. Not pulled tight toward your neck. It should sit like a clean, firm shelf, not a sagging hanger. If the shoulders are too wide, you'll see a collapse and a dent below the seam. Your arms will look like they're swimming in the jacket. This makes you look smaller and older, not stronger. On a man over 50, oversized shoulders scream borrowed suit, not refined style. If the shoulders are too narrow, you'll feel the fabric biting into your upper arm. You'll see tension lines from the neck to the sleeve head. Turn sideways. If the blazer is pulling across your upper back, it's too tight. You should be able to move your arms without feeling trapped. Here's the rule, never compromise on shoulder fit. You can tailor the waist, the sleeves, even the length. But if the shoulders are wrong, the blazer will never look truly sharp. If the shoulders don't sit cleanly on your frame, put it back on the rack. The collar and neckline test. Next, look at how the blazer's collar sits against your shirt. This is where many men over 50 lose the battle without realizing it. Because of posture changes, rounded shoulders, or a slightly forward head, the collar fit becomes critical. If the collar is wrong, the whole jacket looks sloppy from behind. Stand sideways and then turn your back to the mirror. You want the blazer's collar to lightly touch the back of your shirt collar. Not choking it. Not falling away from it. There should be no big gap and no fabric bunching under the collar. If you see a horizontal roll of fabric just below the collar, that's called a collar break. It usually means the blazer doesn't match your posture. If there's a big gap between your neck and the collar, the jacket is fighting your natural stance. On a mature man, this can make even an expensive blazer look cheap. A good alteration tailor can sometimes adjust the collar. But if the gap or the roll is extreme, skip it. You want a clean, quiet line from the back of your neck down to your shoulder blades. That clean line is what makes you look composed and in control from every angle. Chest and button area, power without pressure. Now focus on the chest and the button area. This is where many men try to hide weight gain with a bigger size and end up looking heavier. Your goal is not tight and not baggy. Your goal is controlled, with room to breathe. Button the top button of a 2-button blazer or the middle of a 3-button. Look at the area around the button. If you see strong X-shaped pulling lines from the button to your hips and chest, it's too tight. That tension makes your midsection the center of attention. Now look at the opposite problem. If the blazer closes but there's a big hollow space between your chest and the fabric, it's too big. When you move, the blazer will float away from your body. That kind of looseness makes you look like you're shrinking inside your clothes. You should be able to slide a flat hand between your chest and the blazer when it's buttoned. Not a fist. not nothing. A flat hand. That small detail is what gives you presence without looking like you're trying too hard. It says, this man is in control of his body and his image. Waist shape for a mature frame. A blazer that fits a 25-year-old like a glove can look ridiculous on a man over 50. You don't need a hyper-slim waist. You need a subtle, controlled shape that respects your torso now. The key is gentle structure, not tight compression. Stand relaxed, arms by your sides. Look at the blazer's side seams and the curve from chest to waist. There should be a slight inward shape at the waist, then a soft flare over the hips. If it falls straight like a box, it will make your midsection look larger. If the waist is too tight, you'll see pulling from the button down toward your hips. You may also feel the blazer cutting into your stomach when you sit. That discomfort will show in your posture and your expression. Clothes that fight your body never look elegant. The ideal blazer for a man over 50 gives you a V shape without squeezing. It suggests strength in the chest and lightness at the waist. A tailor can easily bring in or let out the waist a bit. So focus on getting the shoulders and chest right first, then fine-tune the waist for a refined, modern line. Sleeve length, the quiet detail that changes everything. Sleeve length is where your blazer either looks intentional or like a rental. Most men wear sleeves that are too long. That extra half-inch instantly makes you look shorter and sloppier. The fix is simple once you know what to look for. Put on a dress shirt and your blazer. Let your arms hang naturally at your sides. You want to see just a small line of shirt cuff peeking out from under the blazer sleeve. Think about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, not more. If you can't see any shirt cuff at all, the blazer sleeves are too long. Your hands will look swallowed, and the whole look will feel heavy. If you see a lot of shirt cuff, the sleeves are too short, and the blazer will look like it shrank in the wash. Neither extreme works on a man who wants to look composed. Sleeve length is one of the easiest adjustments a tailor can make. So don't reject a blazer just because the sleeves are slightly off. Focus on the shoulder and chest first, then fix the sleeves. That small 1/4 inch of cuff is one of the quiet signals of a man who knows what he's doing. Blazer length, cutting the right line. Now look at the overall length of the blazer. This is where trends can lead men over 50 badly off course. Too short, and you look like you're chasing youth. Too long, and you look weighed down. Stand sideways in front of the mirror. Traditionally, a blazer should roughly cover your seat. You don't need to obsess over the exact millimeter. You just want the jacket to visually balance your upper and lower body. If the blazer is very short and cuts high above your seat, it can make your torso look big and your legs look thin. On a mature man, that tends to draw attention to the midsection. If it's too long, it will swallow your frame and make you look shorter and heavier. Neither one supports the confident image you want. A slightly modern length, just covering the seat, not much more, is ideal for most men over 50. It keeps you looking current without trying too hard. Whether you're wearing it with dark jeans or dress trousers, the right length gives you a strong, clean silhouette. It's the quiet foundation of a sharp blazer. Movement, comfort, and real-life use. The final check is simple. How does the blazer move with you? Looking good while standing still is easy. Looking good while living your life is the real test. You want a blazer that moves like a second skin, not a cage. Button the blazer and sit down. If you feel the button digging into your stomach, it's too tight. If you feel the blazer pulling across your back or shoulders, that's a problem. You should be able to reach for a handshake, pick up a glass, or drive a car without feeling restricted. Now stand up and walk a few steps. Notice if the blazer rides up, twists, or pulls in strange places. A well-fitted blazer will fall back into place easily. It won't stick out at the back or swing open awkwardly. It will move with you, not against you. Remember, at 50, 60, or beyond, comfort is not a luxury, it's part of style. A blazer that fits beautifully but feels like armor will never look natural on you. The goal is simple: strong lines, clean movement, and quiet confidence every time you put it on. Bringing it all together. Now you know the 7 visual checks that matter most: shoulders, collar, chest, waist, sleeves, length, and movement. These are the details that separate a man who just owns a blazer from a man who owns the room. You don't need a closet full of jackets. You need a few that truly fit the man you are today. Next time you try on a blazer, go through these checks one by one. Look at yourself from the front, the side, and the back. Ask, do the shoulders respect my frame? Do the lines stay clean when I move? When you get these elements right, everything else becomes easier. Your dark jeans look sharper,